evening. And we'll have some local bands that are well-known that will be entertaining us throughout the 3 days of these festivities that we think will be great for the community, as well as both Smoky Mountain Dogs.
Lederhosen out of storage.
Absolutely,
Right?
they will be dressed appropriately. The Polka Kings especially.
All right. All right, any other questions by the board?
None.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
We thank you,
Congratulations,
appreciate it.
good
We hope to
luck.
see you all there. Thank
We're
you very
looking
much.
forward to
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
Is there any other business for the beer board?
Sir.
If not, we are adjourned.
Okay, the time is approximately 6 p.m. on August 26, 2021. Farragut Board Mayor and Alderman meeting will now come to order. All Farragut Board Mayor and Alderman meetings are public notice per Tennessee state law. Our meetings can be seen live on Charter Channel 193, TDS Channel 3, as well as on the Farragut YouTube channel and our website. The meeting will also be recorded and can be viewed later on Town of Farragut YouTube channel, as well as Charter Channel 193 and TDS Channel 3. During the regular posted agenda, all comments or questions from Farragut residents will now be in person. If you are interested in speaking, we ask that you fill out a blue card with your name and address and agenda, and please bring it down to the town recorder. The mayor or the vice mayor shall maintain control of the meeting to provide a professional and objective environment, so please read the posted comment protocol and understand that there will be a 5-minute limit for each speaker. After the conclusion of our agenda items, there will be some time reserved for public comment under the Citizens Forum, in which the same rules apply as a regular posted agenda item. We'll next have a meeting call to order, and we'll start tonight with a silent prayer, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our country's flag. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'll now ask the town recorder to please take an attendance roll call for a quorum, please.
Alderman Burnett,
Yes.
Alderman Pinchuk,
Here.
Alderman Pavlin. Here. Mayor Williams,
Mayor Williams here.
Alderman Meyer is absent.
Thank you. Okay, approval of the agenda. Do we have any agenda amendments?
Yes, sir, Mayor. We have one item under Town Administrator's Report, and typically it's just my report, but tonight I'd like to add an official agenda item for you to vote on. That'll be item 6A, and that'll be approval of COVID-19 vaccine incentive program for Town of Farragut staff.
Yes. Did he just handed it out to us?
Is that your places at the
I'm
desk?
going to move to approve the amended agenda.
Okay, does anyone need time to read this?
I did online, I did, yes.
Okay, then. We've got a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor of approval of the amended agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let the record show the August 26, 2021 amended agenda has been approved as posted. Next will be approval of minutes. Let's see, we'll need a motion to approve the August 12th, 2021 minutes as
Move to
presented.
approve.
Second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor of approval, please say yes.
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 Let the record show the August 12th, 2021 meeting minutes have been approved as posted. They'll be recorded as the official minutes of that meeting. Next will be the mayor's report, and I'd like to start out by thanking our staff and the Planning Commission and the Farragut residents who made our August 19th Planning Commission workshop a positive success. I can say that having the residents engaged with our planning group has always been the Farragut way to positive solutions. Okay, next will be, I'll call up Violet Frudenberg.
Yes. Hello, good evening. I am a member of the Stormwater Advisory Committee, and I'm here just to tell a little bit about our committee and what we did last year and what we plan to do for this coming year. So the town of Farragut is required by the EPA to participate in the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System Stormwater Permit Program. As part of this permit process, the town is required to implement a program of stormwater management. The Stormwater Committee provides oversight for this program. There are 6 specific measures that we provide oversight: public education, public involvement and participation, illegal discharge detection and elimination, construction site stormwater control, post-construction stormwater management, and pollution prevention. In addition to providing oversight, our committee participates in the Adopt a Stream and advises on the promotion of public environmental stormwater awareness. These include activities at the outdoor classroom, the implementation of the Wildlife Federation program, and public annual events. Last year, the committee also helped the town with the permanent stormwater maintenance agreement. So this year, our activities include the continuation of providing oversight, including for the outdoor classroom, work on trying to implement the Wildlife Federation program, stream cleanup, and participation in public annual events such as our annual tree and shrub giveaway. So our committee also serves as an appellate body for appeals for notice of violation and civil penalty assessments related to water quality. And we have 7 members and 1 youth member. So we just have our new youth member. So I think
Great.
that concludes it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Violet. This is one of the committees I sit on, and we are very blessed to have Violet and quite a few others that have professional degrees in the area of stormwater or environmental issues, and they serve us very well, and I really appreciate the time that you take to be part of the town of Farragut. It's one of our committees. It's very important. As many people know, this is one of my things that I kind of railed on for a while with our stormwater infrastructure. Just a little bit.
And we're happy to have you too.
So thank you, Violet.
Thank you.
Okay, next will be Julie Blaylock of the Farragut West Knox Chamber.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. Julie Blaylock, Farragut West Knox Chamber of Commerce, office at 11826 Kingston Pike in Farragut. I'm coming before you tonight to begin the first of monthly updates on what the Chamber's engagements and activities have been on a month-to-month basis, just to keep our Chamber and this Board connected and to grow our relationship. So the handout you have before you on the left-hand column tells you everything we've done in the month of July, which is the last month we've completed. We will complete August here in just a couple of days. But as you can see, we had 7 new businesses join the Chamber, one of whom is AgPro in Farragut, the rest of which you can see are the Baytown Group, Dr. Joe Cairo, Knoxville Title Agency, Morgan Stanley, Novus Health of Knoxville, and Scooters Coffee, which is just there on Kingston Pike. So it was a busy month in July. Events and programs, we hosted a total of 12 programs and events. Of course, those span between networkings and ribbon cuttings. We've been blessed to continue to be very busy in the wake of the pandemic, and we are booked into 2022 for regular events. We were also very proud on the 14th to be at Blue Ridge Yoga and have our mayor issue a proclamation to Jessica Mishu to recognize her businesses giving $100,000 back to area nonprofits. So thank you, Mayor, for making that possible. We also participated in a couple of other events. Of course, the Farragut Independence Day Parade, which if any of you heard children screaming, "There's Santa, there's Santa," that was our fault, and I'm sorry. One of our business owners, the Bentleys, own a home inspection business, and husband Donnie is Santa Claus. And so we actually, as the chamber, got absolutely no PR that day because Santa overshadowed all of us, which was great. We also, in conjunction with Trevor Hobbs, our business liaison here at the town of Farragut, are proud that we're going to be bringing the TSBDC business startup classes back to the Farragut area. In July, the SBDC, which is our Small Business Development Center, finally returned to in-person counseling and advising. And if you didn't know, we are actually listed on the National Small Business Administration website as the satellite office for SBDC. So on Wednesdays, businesses can connect to the SBDC. They can get advising, mentoring, counseling, whether it's financial, marketing. If they're still dealing with issues with COVID funding, which some of them are, the SBDC has specialists that can help them with that. So, and it's a free service. So if you know any businesses, please tell them to come and take advantage of it. We also, of course, convened with Visit Farragut, which I get to serve on that committee. I have a standing meeting with Trevor, the business liaison, and then we had our first Economic Development Council with the Farragut business entities, which is ourselves, FBA, and Visit Farragut. On the right-hand column, I'm not going to go down that whole list. You can read it yourselves. But we want you to know what's coming up. Our staff does send a monthly invitation to all dignitaries, Farragut, state, county. But if there's ever anything that you want to attend, whether or not it's in Farragut, we encourage you to be there. We've talked with Trevor, and we love the fact that he is attending some events that are outside of Farragut. And we feel like this is important because businesses, even outside of Farragut lines, need to know who Farragut is. Because as they grow and as they expand, they may decide to come across that line, and we would love for them to be here. And last but not least, right now we are head on to complete the preparations for our 33rd annual auction fundraiser. It's a fundraiser for our chamber, but this year it also benefits American Cancer Society as well as Volunteer Ministry Center. I know that there is a planning commission meeting conflict that evening. Of course, we had to make these plans back in December 2020 when none of us knew what the world would look like 9 months later. But we certainly hope that those town staff who are available or your guests who you designate would want to attend. It's a good opportunity for them to network on your behalf, and it certainly is a fun event for a good cause. So with that, I'll take questions if you have them.
Thank you, Julie. This is helpful. This is particularly helpful. And the color coding is very helpful.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that because this gives me a visual that I can go plug into my calendar. But as always, you guys are busy. I really appreciate that you have started your the economic development meetings with you and Visit Farragut and Shop Farragut. Can you give me a little bit of what you guys are doing? Is it strategic planning, or are you guys just kind of looking at what each of you is doing? I know that we're working on getting an economic development strategic plan done to make sure that you guys aren't just in silo, you're doing your things, but where there's overlap, you're not stepping on each other's toes, but you're supporting each other.
Yeah, so right now, the current plan is for us to meet quarterly. Of course, we can increase that frequency if we feel it's needed. As you mentioned, Vice Mayor, we haven't had an opportunity to meet before. We are all of us so busy. You know, Steve is a staff of 1, I'm a staff of 2, Karen is 1, so it's a challenge. So right now, I think we're doing just those foundational things of getting on the same page and sharing areas of need where we might be able to help each other where possible, and just updating each other on what we're doing so that we can find those opportunities where we can collaborate or share the load or not duplicate efforts.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I have nothing else.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the job you do. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Okay, does any of the other aldermen have anything to report?
I do. I'm just hoping that our community continues to pray for the flood victims in Waverly, Tennessee. This particularly hits home, close to home for Jay and I. Jay's hometown is Waverly, Tennessee. And his father is over here in NHC, but has a lot of friends and deep roots in Waverly, Tennessee. So please keep them in your prayers. If anyone in the community wants to help in any way, my suggestion is to go to the Tennessee.gov, Tennessee Emergency Management Agency's page. They have a specific page for Middle Tennessee flooding recovery. So just please keep them in your prayers. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Okay, without further ado, we'll go to ordinances. We have 2 ordinances to review with the public hearing tonight, and both will be on the second reading. 21-14, ordinance to amend Farragut zoning map for lots 1 through 3 as shown on the preliminary plat for a portion of the Keeney property subdivision, 12422 Union Road. It's 15.5 acres to change the zoning from R2, general single-family residential, to R1, which is rural residential. Urban engineering applicant.
Good evening. This is Mark Shipley. I'll present this item for this evening. This involves a 6-lot preliminary plat that's been approved through Planning Commission. Basically, the whole property right now is zoned general single-family residential, and they're requesting to rezone the 3 northern lots that are part of this 6-lot subdivision to R1, which is rural residential. The reason behind that was that they anticipate they would like to have some farm animals on those lots. They're all over 4.5 acres. So the R2 district doesn't allow farm animals, so that's kind of the rationale for the rezoning. The people that are buying the lots to the south aren't interested in having farm animals at this time, so they're not requesting to rezone that portion of the development. So there haven't been any changes since first reading. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of ordinance 20-14, and the staff recommends approval on second reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments from Farragut residents?
Where is this? It's on the east side of Union Road, so Everett Road. I don't know if I've got the marker thing, but it's yeah, it's kind of just out there by itself. Really, it's the former Dick Huntley farm. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but yeah.
We have a first and second?
Discussion?
I don't have any.
I have nothing.
Nothing, okay, great. I do not have anything either. We discussed at the last meeting. Okay, with the motion second on the floor, or that has been discussed previously, I'll ask the town recorder to take a roll call vote, please.
Alderman Burnett.
Yes.
Alderman Pinchuk.
Yes.
Alderman Povlin.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams, yes. Let the record show that ordinance 21-14 has been approved on the second reading. Next will be ordinance 21-15. It's an ordinance to amend the state street aid and equipment fund for the fiscal year 2021-2022 budget, passed by ordinance 21-13.
Yes, sir. There are no changes since the first reading. In just in summary, the state street aid would be increased by $856,000, and these are monies that were from last fiscal year that need to be moved forward for the contract that was from last year. And the other one is the equipment replacement fund. We were replacing truck number 19, and that's our $36,000. So the motion is to approve ordinance 21-15 on second and final reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any questions or comments from Farragut residents?
Yes, sir.
None, okay. Anyone have any discussion?
No. None.
None. I have none as well. With the motion second on the floor, with proper discussion to previous meeting, I'll ask the town recorder to take a roll call vote, please.
Alderman Pinchuk.
Yes.
Alderman Povlin.
Yes.
Alderman Burnett.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams, yes. Let the record show that ordinance 21-15 has been approved on the second reading. Okay, on business items, we will go to Town Administrator David Smoke.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you for adding this item to the agenda tonight. The purpose of this agenda item is to approve a COVID-19 vaccine incentive program for all town or Farragut staff. We're all aware that we've been dealing with COVID for a number of months now, since early in 2020. The United States has roughly a 49% full vaccination rate. Tennessee has roughly a 42% full vaccination rate, and Knox County has roughly a 50% full vaccination rate of those that live in the area. What we have found here at the town of Farragut is that when someone does get sick, and it's inevitably going to happen, we do have a small staff, and those small staff, whenever they're around each other and having to work closely together, there's a big difference between those that are vaccinated and those that are unvaccinated, and how you have to quarantine or not quarantine based on your vaccination status. And although we're not requiring vaccinations, we certainly are trying to encourage them. And I think this is a way that we can encourage those employees to get vaccinated that maybe are still waiting on that to occur, or just waiting since Pfizer just was approved fully by the Federal Drug Administration. So what we're asking the board to do is, under the American Rescue Plan Act, which was approved by Congress in March of 2021, they will fully fund any kind of program that incentivizes employees to get vaccinated. So this would be fully paid for by the ARPA funds. We have 74 full-time and part-time employees with an incentive of $200 each. That would be a not to exceed amount of $14,800 if every employee were to get vaccinated. Again, this is a recommendation. It's not a requirement, but we certainly would like to do everything we can to incentivize folks to get vaccinated, and so that way we can have a full and healthy workforce.
Okay, thank you, sir. On this, I'll need a motion.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, discussion?
I just have one thing to add that I spoke with David privately about. Obviously, we know in this environment that getting this vaccine is a very personal medical decision, and no one in our staff should feel pressured, bullied, harassed, joked about, or teased for the decision, the private decision they make. So my request to David was to make it very clear to all of our staff and all of our employees, part-time regardless, please keep this to yourself. This is not, this doesn't need to be discussed. It is a very personal medical decision, and no one should feel pressured to do something they don't feel comfortable doing, even with the incentive. So that's the only way I'll be okay with approving this, is if we make sure that we're making it very clear to everyone that this is a personal decision, and there is no judgment either way.
Yes, ma'am. It's absolutely a personal decision for each and every employee that we have. Again, this is just a way to, if someone was on the fence on whether they wanted to get vaccinated or not, then certainly this, if it helps them to do that, then great. If not, then that is absolutely their personal right.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else with any discussion? Okay, if not, with a motion and a second on the floor with proper discussion, and this is not an ordinance, this is actually a business item, so we'll ask for everyone in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any nays? None? Okay, let the record show that the recommendation has been approved. Okay, next will be, anything else from?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I did have a few other things, Mayor. First, we got our Census 2020 numbers in from the federal government. Back in 2010, Farragut was 20,676 population. Now in 2020, we're 23,506. That represents a 13.7% increase. We're the 30th largest city in the state of Tennessee. And with a total, so the net effect is for our budget, the special census we did in 2016 showed us having 22,600 population. So we've added a net total of 906 individuals to the town. Overall, we get state money based on population, and that will increase our budget in next year's budget to $139,316. 106,000 of that will go to the general fund, and 32,000 of that will go to State Street Aid Fund. Also, this Saturday night, we have movies at McGill. It's going to be at the Plaza, at Mary McGill Plaza, and that's going to be at 7 o'clock, and we're going to be playing Moana, and that's donations will be going to Send Senior Citizens Love, and you can go to sendseniorcitizenslove.org to give them a donation and check out what they're doing. But they'll be there with a food truck and some fun things for kids to do, activities, things like that. So it looks to be a good night for that. And final thing I wanted to mention is that we have our Intro to Farragut class going on right now, and I see some faces in the audience that are going through our class. We appreciate them being here this evening. I know many of the board members have been through it, so thank you for being here tonight. And that's all I have.
Thank you. And our town attorney is not present tonight, so next will be Citizens Forum.
Yes, sir. I have one speaker that signed up. It's Adam Atherton.
Okay, at the end of tonight's business meeting, there's been some time reserved for the public comment for our Farragut residents. We do have one signed up, so I'll ask this speaker, Mr. Atherton, if he's had the opportunity to read the comment protocol located on tonight's posted agenda.
Hey, good evening. Adam Atherton, 801 Andover. I read it, and I agree.
Okay, you can abide by that?
Yeah.
Okay, then you have-
There's a bit of a challenge here because there's personalities involved, but nevertheless, I'll certainly try. So why I'm here tonight is we all heard about the first singer at the lawn concert. It was unfortunate, but was it avoidable? It was. So I wanted to spend a little time, again, talking about the personalities. I don't know these folks. I just know what I've learned online that I'm going to share with you. And actually, for all of you, I've sent you what I'm looking at. I haven't changed what I sent you about an hour ago. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the singer. I want to tell you a little bit about the producer that works for you, or Mama Jam that works on behalf of the town of Farragut to run the lawn concerts, and then wrap it up. So Dean, the artist, talented guy, singer-songwriter for many years. He's a father and husband. He's also trans. I can't explain all this, but I'm just telling you what he says. Came out in 2020 as transgender. His latest album is Cast Iron Pansexual. First stop on his cross-state tour was Town of Farragut Lawn Concert. His other stops are lounges and bars. This guy is quite a character. Notably, a Dean, the artist, I don't know his real name. He's an activist. He's an instigator. He's a disruptor. Again, his words, not mine. He's a white trash gender disruptor. This is what he says about himself. He says this: I have been a performing artist since 2004. Suffice to say, this was not my first outdoor festival with families present, talking about the lawn concert. However, it was my first one in a romper with my legs shaved and the face full of makeup. Right before he went on to sing, he wrote this: I found my romper, so let's F this weekend up. He has his personality, his views are available online. I don't know this guy. Everything I've sent you that you have right in front of me, it's all online. He's very transparent. I find it disturbing that he felt this was necessary to do. He has been at the festival before, and again, like I said, he's a talented guy, but he had a life change in 2020, and he felt that it was necessary to share his new music. And his lyrics and his dialogue were sexually explicit, which is the concern. Okay, no one is saying, and there's been a lot of dialogue, no one is saying this guy's a predator. What I'm saying, what I like to reinforce is, it's just a sexual nature. It's a family-friendly event. I mean, we don't want anybody up there doing this. So I think we could have known better about what his personality was. as far as Mama Jam, the host that hire these folks, they're friends with Dean, the artist. They live in Farragut. They've been doing lawn concerts since 2015. In fact, they founded it. So for sure, they're spending a lot of time pulling that together. They're enthusiastic supporters, and they were reluctant to stop it in its tracks once it started, and they acknowledge that it was a misjudgment on their part. And when I read misjudgment, I'm saying misjudgment of what? It wasn't a misjudgment of their friend. That's why I don't know that Mama Jam, these two ladies, I don't know that they're completely innocent in this. I think that you've started talking with them about some guidelines, which is great. It's a little bit late to for this, but nevertheless, I think that this was avoidable. It's behind us, so what can we do? I think the town of Farragut, I think the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, you mind if I continue for just a few more minutes? Is that okay? Time's up. Do you want me to stop?
We pretty well
And
say.
we have your email.
We have
That's what I was going to say.
We have your
I'm just, you have everything that I'm telling you.
Yes,
So
yeah,
we're good?
yep.
All right, thanks for your time.
Okay, the time's approximately 6 p.m. without objection. August 26, 2021, Farragut Board, Mayor, and Alderman meeting is now adjourned.